Hello, that's right, Great and Glorious Nick Dutch here yet again. Sorry I'm coming back at you on the mobile phone camera, but the one I would normally use for my weekly tarot show has got a few problems and I'm trying to fix it with a small G-clamp. I'll go into more detail about that later on. Anyway, as you know, what I do is short tarot readings once a week, and we've got 3 people here who would like to have quick readings. And today I'm not going to give you their names because you know who you are because of the questions that you've asked, and you know you've been looking forward to this show, so basically here it is. The first person quite simply asks, will I have my dream career? Again, you know who you are. I don't normally answer questions that are that short, okay? But let's just see what comes through. Still using a combination of the cards and basically anything else that comes through. Alright. And this reading is primarily covering 2009. Just to give you a brief synopsis here, we've got some spooky signs in the first half of the reading without the shadow of a doubt. Alright, if we're talking about from this point here up to this point here, that's talking about roughly a full year. Okay? So during your short-term future, being about the first 3 months' time, we're seeing signs of powerlessness, stress, a feeling of treachery against you. I'm sorry, it's not looking all that brilliant, to be quite honest. But then, yeah, it's worrying times. It must just be due to the economic downturn affecting the way that your career is at the moment. Because we've got signs of happiness and change later on down the line, this is a very, very optimistic reading because it's pointing out the fact that if you're going through troubles at the moment, it's not going to be like that forever. And we've got a very happy result coming your way. So basically, you know, don't worry. We've got signs of change shown in the Death card. We've got signs of happiness in the Nine of Cups. We've got a good sense of joy on the way to discovering your changes. And all of that after a bad period. And the main signs here are talking about I would say being able to ignore or deal with or to cope with things which are negative there. And if you can do that, you can then move forward. So essentially, despite the fact it's a short question, I've given you a relatively detailed answer, which should actually give you a lift. Yeah, there are some hard times coming, but by God, you're going to be able to get through it. Now, we've got another guy who's quite a well-known YouTube user now. And he's had a relationship with a lady. She's become his wife. The relationship actually became distant, but they have still explored some physical aspects, and you wanted to know whether they could actually move on to basically the next stage of the physical aspects of the relationship, especially during this next 12-month period. Now, 12-month periods are something that I specialize in, so here we go. Let's just have a quick look. Right, oh, brilliant. Already we're starting to see some excellent signs, alright? The cards which are coming out are just the way that, you know, they're appearing just as they fall. This has not been prepared in advance, okay? I often use 6 cards to symbolize a whole year, with each card being a period of roughly 2 months, okay? And already, like within the early stages of the year, we've got signs, you know, obviously the Star card, the wish signs, moving towards something which you've always wanted to occur, and in this particular relationship it's the closeness that you're after, so you know that's going to be there for you. As far as why we've got some signs relating to cruelty and unpleasantness on the run-up to midsummer, you may experience another period of distance, and there may be some blaming as a result of that. The change within this particular reading is suggesting variability. I mean, I'm still feeling consistency. I think you're still going to be together, so don't worry about that too much. But there is kind of like a moral message within this reading, right here. Yeah, prudence, which I see as persistence with patience. So there'll be some good stuff earlier on in the year on the physical side of things, and then you may have some variety of disagreements. I don't mean an argument, I mean a disagreement, and from which you'll be able to recover because we've got the happier signs appearing longer term. So as far as will it happen for you within this year, I feel so very much. I mean, the relationship is good, is strong. but there is this sense of, I suppose, still learning and still growing, despite the fact that you've been together for a long time. You're still moving onto new stages, still discovering new things about each other, and that's a good thing. Okay. All right. Now, the final reading today is rather unusual. It's a reading from another tarot reader who says he's been practicing for about 1 month now, and was just wondering if I could give him some information on how he would progress as a tarot reader in the future. Will he be good? Will he be able to channel his spirit guide as a result of this? So let's just see what comes through. Obviously, I'll try and get you as much detail as I can with my limited and primitive tools, but okay, just a moment, please. Okay, well, here we go. So what we're looking out for is signs which are somehow to do with progress, dramatic change. Within 4 months, you've got some dramatic signs of change. However, because you've got the Fool card starting the reading, within the next 2-month period, you're going to realize that there are some major skills which you've been missing out on, and you've got to find ways of seriously picking up on them. Then that's followed by a change, which I see as an inner change or change of perspective. So you'll be understanding what your service is really about, the quality of people you'll be helping, and how to really provide the service properly. As far as moving onwards on the spiritual side of things, we've got some air signs later on in the year, so don't worry about channeling spirit just yet. I don't think that you'll have the opportunity to become the world's greatest spiritualist medium within the next 6 or 9 month period, because you need to practice, because you need to work out more about what your service is about, because you need to focus much more on who you're providing this to, and most importantly, giving the client that which is for their greatest good at that time. These are the lessons of a tarot reader. Now, as far as moving further forward and trying to find out if there's going to be any mediumistic contacts, the Lover's card is talking about choices. It always talks about choices, but in this case it's reversed, as if some of the choices have already been made for you. Okay, there you go, it's the Lover's card. You've got to go through some serious changes in perspective. Contemplation, meditation, and you need to do much more spiritual stuff. We've got some air signs there in the Queen of Swords, so that is just suggesting some entrance to the astral level, but they're not the strongest in the world. I think you've been focusing much more on the cards themselves. I think you've been focusing much more on the meanings of the cards themselves, and now it's a question of looking outwards and trying to incorporate much more spiritual stuff, namely spiritual experience, into the work that you do, and then to try and work with it and build upon it. Okay? Well, that's it for this week's weekly tarot show. Again, sorry my camera resolution is so low this week. I normally use this camera for my rambling, bumbling crap talks, but never mind. We'll do another one next week. I want you to have a very, very good weekend and an excellent week. Good fortune, God bless, look after yourself, remember you're special, be all you can be, and all the rest of that jazz. Bye for now.